Welcome back, student. Get ready for the part 4 of lesson 5, that is the terminology and important terminology. Today we are going to study about more different terms that we have already studied in our last video. Now you are going to study more about new terms. Let us study about the phenotype. Do you know phenotype? Phenotype means physical appearance. Those characters which expressed physically, and if we see a particular character physically, means we can observe it by our eyes, then this character is called phenotype. The external appearance of an individual of any trait is called phenotype. I think understood. So it is the observable and determined by different combination of allele. It may be observed. We can able to observe. It is observable and determined by different combination of allele. Different kinds of allele may be present to show that particular kind of character. Suppose if it is already written over here. Suppose a capital T has been crossed with small t. These are the two allele. Capital T and small t are the two allele. So the gamete will be capital T over here, and here you will get the gamete of small t. When the capital T small t together meet, it gives two offspring, capital T small t and capital T small t. So if you physically see, this plant is also tall, but this plant is dwarf. This plant is tall, this plant is dwarf. Dwarf means short. But the offspring that come in F1 generation, this one is the F1 generation, the first generation. The offspring that come in F1 generation is also tall, although the allele is different. Here the allele of the parent is capital T means homozygous allele, but here capital T is, both of them are same tallness. Both of them have same tallness, although their genetical makeup is just different. So it is an observable and determined by different combination of allele. That this is a combination of allele capital T, and this is the another combination of allele capital T small t. Both of them are tall, so different combination of allele. Understood? In P, the height of stem, tall and dwarf, two different allele can represent the tallness, and only one allele that will represent the dwarfness, that is small t. So phenotype is a physical appearance of a trait which can easily be observed, although the genetical makeup of that particular character or trait is just maybe different. Let's have a see on another topic, that is genotype, which just few minutes earlier I explained you that it is the genetical makeup of an organism. Genetic constitute or genetic makeup of an organism which with respect to a particular trait, it is represented by genetical constitution. Yeah, this is a tall and this is also tall, but physically both of them can be seen tall, but the genetical makeup of both are just different. So both of them have two different genotype. It is a homozygous genotype and it is heterozygous genotype. Understood? So genotype is the genetical makeup of a particular trait. It represents the genetic constitution of an individual with respect to the single character. or the set of character. Like for pea plant, both the tallness capital T is homozygous in character and capital T small t are heterozygous in heterozygotic allele, although they are showing same phenotype but have different genotype. Means both of them are homozygous, it is another genotype, and both of them are capital T small t, this is another genotype. So the genotype may be different, phenotype may be sometimes same. Next, what do you mean by homozygous or pure? I have already explained in the last video that if the both allele are same, either capital T or small t, or capital T is responsible for the dominant character of, that is tallness, and small t is responsible for the recessive character, that is small t. So if the pair of trait, that is allele, present in same letter, either be capital or small, then they are called homozygous. Understood? Let us see. An individual possess identical allele, means either capital or small for a particular trait, then they are called homozygous or pure line. Homozygous breed true to the trait and produce only one type of gamete. It produces only one kind of gamete. Suppose if take capital T, what kind of gamete it produce? Both of them produce same kind of gamete, that is capital T. One capital T will come on this side, another capital T will come on this side. So same kind of gamete, that is capital T will produce. If you take the heterozygous, although it is not a part, if you take the heterozygous, suppose capital T small t, it will produce two different kinds of gamete. One will be capital T and another will be small t. Understood? So homozygous produce same kind of gamete, but heterozygous produce different kind of gamete. So I think you understood the second term, that is heterozygous. An heterozygous individual possess contrasting allele of a particular trait. Contrasting means opposite allele. Capital T, what will be the opposite? Small t. Capital B, suppose this is for blackness, then small b, suppose this is for whiteness. It may be, we can represent any character or any trait with the help of English alphabet, either be the capital or be the small. Capital is responsible for showing the dominant character, while small letter represents the recessive character of that particular trait. Understood? So heterozygous does not breed true. Heterozygous does not breed true because it is hybrid of two different variety. The pure variety was capital T and capital small t, and it is the hybrid between the two variety. That's why it never gives a pure gamete, means it will give two different variety of gametes, that is capital T small t. So it produces two types of gamete. Understood? In F1 generation, heterozygous individual is also called hybrid. Point to be noted. All the offspring that produce during crossing of two pure line in F1 generation, they are heterozygous. Understood? Next, what is pure line? Again the same thing. If both of them are either capital T or capital T, means homozygous, then they are called pure line, and if they are heterozygous, then they are called hybrid. So pure line, a hybrid is just opposite to pure line. Let us see. An individual or a group of individual in population which is homozygous or true breed, either capital T or small t. True breed, these are the true breed. So all those which contain this type of character is called pure line. Means homozygous trait bearing organisms homozygous trait bearing organisms are called pure line. Either they be the dominant or they be the recessive. Understood? If both of them are crossed together in F1 generation, they produce the organism different from them. The organism which will produce in F1 generation will be hybrid, and it bears half of the character from both of the parents. So what is called monohybrid cross? If we cross between two organisms of the same species and both of them have the character or trait just opposite to each other, then this is called monohybrid cross. Means if we cross the pea plant of same character, suppose we have chosen the character height of the plant, and the two different traits of the character are tallness and dwarfness. If the tallness and dwarfness are two opposite traits are crossed, only single trait has been chosen over here, that is only single character has been chosen over here, that is height of the plant. Only single character has been chosen to cross, single character. If the single character has been chosen to cross between the two different organisms of same species, then this type of cross is called homozygous. In this type of cross, only one character is chosen. Understood? Let's study. It is a heterozygous for a trait. It is produced when the cross between two pure parents differ in a single pair of contrasting character, that is hybrid tall produce a cross between pure tall and pure dwarf plant. It is heterozygous of a single pair of allele. Understood? So the offspring, what do you mean by F1 generation? I will make you understand about monohybrid in the next class, because in next class I am going to explain this term in detail. Okay, so not to worry about that. Wait. Next, what is F1 generation? Cross between two organisms of same species with two different traits, two opposite traits. When a cross between two different organisms of same species and the two different traits, the offspring produced in the first generation is called F1 generation. Understood? The offspring produced in the first generation is called F1 generation. The first generation is called F1 generation. So let us have a scene. F1 generation is referred to the first free allele generation. It consists all the offspring produced from the parental cross. Alternatively, it is the first generation for the given mating between the pure lines. When the two pure lines are crossed together, after the mating of two pure lines, the offspring that produced are called F1 generation or first filial generation. When the plant or the organism produced in first filial generation are crossed together, again means they are self-pollinated. They are allowed for the self-pollinated. The organism that is produced in the next generation is called F2 generation or second generation or second filial generation. Understood? Means when suppose this is one generation, this is capital T. Suppose this is capital T. This is small t. They are crossed. They give the child capital T small t. This is F1 generation. Now the child the offspring that produced during F1 generation are again crossed. I am writing the offsprings of F1 generation. It is the F1 generation organism. These F1 generation are again allowed for the self pollination. They are going to cross each other again, and the offspring that are produced, capital T, small t, again capital T, small t, again small t, small t. Okay, so the offspring produced in the after crossing of the offsprings of F1 generation is called F2 generation. I think understood. The next generation of F1 generation is called F2 generation. So the second generation produced by the selfing. Selfing means inbreeding, means breeding between the offspring. Not from outside the organism has been bought. The offspring that produced in F1 generation is crossed together between them. So the offspring that produced after the crossing of the offspring of F1 generation is called F2 generation. So Punnett square. Punnett was a scientist who given a very simple square, which this square helped to understand the crossing very well. Just I am showing you. This is a square. Suppose you have taken two plants for crossing, capital T and small t in F1 generation. This is F1 generation. So this capital T, one will come here over here and another will come over here. One capital T and another capital T. And in this case, small t, one small t and another small t. And here you will have to show the male and female sign. What will happen? Capital T and small t. Capital T, small t together forms capital T, small t. Similarly here, capital T, small t. This one again cross capital T, small t. And this one again cross capital T, small t. So all offspring produced are capital T, small t. See. So this one is the capital T, small t. And this is square that has been made by Punnett for crossing is called Punnett square. Okay, so let's have a see. Punnett square is probability table representing different permutation and combination of fertilization between gametes of opposite mating type. In short, it is a diagrammatic representation of a particular cross. I think understood. Next, what do you mean by homologous chromosome? I have already told you about homologous chromosome. Homologous chromosome are the chromosome, the pair of chromosome having same shape and size, one from each parent. So homologous chromosome morphologically, genetically, structurally, essentially identical chromosome present in diploid cell. Yeah, diploid cell, body cell. It is called homologous chromosome. Such chromosomes synapse during meiosis. So back cross. These are the two terms. Obviously, I will make you understand. When the offsprings of F1 generation is crossed with either the father or mother, means the offspring are crossed back to their parents, then it is called back cross. It is a cross of F1 progeny with any of the parent, either with the dominant parent or with the recessive parent. Suppose a capital T is dominant, so mother is dominant. Suppose mother is dominant and father is recessive. So crossing of the progeny means offspring, with their parent is called back cross. And if the back cross happens with the recessive parent, means the progeny capital T small t is crossed again with recessive. Here these two are crossed together, capital T small t and capital T and small t small t. The offspring produced in F1 generation is capital T small t. If this capital T small t is crossed again with the recessive only, not with the dominant, only with recessive, then it is called test cross. Understood? I will make you understand about detail about the test cross and back cross. Just know it, understand this term. So test cross is used to find the genotype. Yeah, the test cross helps to determine or find the genotype of an organism. So the ratio that is of offspring produced in F2 generation with respect to physical appearance. On the basis of the physical appearance, if we make the ratio in F2 generation, then it is called phenotype ratio. And if on the basis of its genetical makeup, the ratio is made in F2 generation, then it is called genotype ratio. So when you will cross, suppose I am making the cross of offsprings of F2 generation, F1 generation. This one is the offspring of F1 generation, isn't it? So I am making a Punnett square over here. Capital T and this is small t. This capital T and this is small t. Similarly over here, this is the capital T and this is the small t. When crossed, capital T, both of them capital T is small t, both of them capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Capital will be always in first, remember, and this one will be small t. So all four offspring that comes in four offspring, if you will see either of them, any of them, if contain capital T, then they will be the tall. So how many of them are tall in physical appearance? 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. So 3 are the tall and 1 is short. So this is on the basis of physical appearance. This is called phenotype ratio. And if you are going to take the genotype ratio, then this capital T is 1. This capital T small t and capital T small t are 2, both just like themselves, same, and this is small t is 1. So what is the genotype ratio? 1:2:1. Understood? These all things has been explained over here. See, 1 capital T, 2 capital T small t and 1 is small t. So this is the genotype ratio. Genotype ratio will be 1:2:1 and phenotype ratio is 3:1. For today, that much only. Remember to make the note and write it down in the copy and show me. And if you have any problem, please ping me. And if you have any problem, you can also WhatsApp me with your problem. Hope for the better learning. Thank you. Bye bye.